Hi guys, welcome to the Morning Rant. In this show I talk about my life as a TV commercial and promotional video director and a software developer who develops for people who does my first job, the TV commercial director, editor and something like this. This is the Morning Rant because it's morning. I telecommute from my home to the office. I never record in the opposite way because here in Italy now it's in autumn and in winter, the sun goes down very, very, very early. So I get out of my office very, very, very late and everything is dark and so there's no light all around. Yesterday I asked my friend Antonella, suggest me some topics I can talk about in this morning rant. It's a rant because not only is morning, but usually I complain a lot. This is not so true in the English version because I started this show in Italian, something like 2 or 3 years ago, ranting on a Telegram group about something related to Swift development and Apple lack of support for this. And yesterday I asked my friend Antonella, suggest me some topic I can talk about in this morning rant. And she presented me a list of topics, some interesting, some not. One in my mind, I started about a lot of thinking because she asked me the ethics of the things I do. It's not so easy talking about ethics because I develop tools. Someone can say you can use a hammer with a nail or you can use a hammer with a skull. Usually the tool is neutral, but the people using the tool can make this tool good or evil. But I don't think so. Let's say you develop a machine gun. A machine gun has only one purpose, and we all know what this purpose is. And so sometimes the tool is evil and that's it. I develop tools that helps people doing my job. And if I make this circle with a smaller radius, I develop tools for editors, for video editors. Something like an automatic video editing such as Bitmark Pro. I answered this question many times in Italian, in my podcast, in interviews, but this is the first time I answered this question in English. So I'll try to be as clearer and lighter as possible. I consider my tools a replacement for very little skilled interns, okay? You say to someone, okay, take this music and put a marker on every bit of a song. An average editor can do this for a 2-minute song in 10 minutes, 50 minutes, okay. Maybe an intern can take 30 minutes and doing some mistakes. And I say, okay, I developed this tool does only this. Put a marker on the beats of the music and does it in 30 seconds, 1 minute. This is a replacement for an intern. That's right. But this is a replacement for a repetitive task. I think that when you use artificial intelligence or tools to eliminate a repetitive task that you have to do, then there's no ethics involved. You just save some time that you can use to make your product better or sometimes to spend with your family doing the stuff you like. Then I developed Bitmark Pro that not only does bit marking, that shortens the music to the desired length. And if you have a bunch of stock videos, let's say 10, 20, 30, 100 stock videos, you can bring them all together inside the Bitmark Pro and automatically the app will create a timeline with these clips already synced with the bits of the music. Music-driven automatic video editing. This is something that a little more skilled intern can do in 2, 3, 4 hours. And so you're saving something like 3, 4 hours of a not so specialized and not so skilled intern in 2, 3, 4 minutes. And of these 4 minutes, 3 are machine computation time. Is this ethic? I don't know. I think this is something that can help the video maker, the one-man band, to make his work a little better and a little faster, saving time and giving this time to produce a better result. Because you don't take the work of an intern and publish it as is. You review it, you make small changes or big changes. You don't start with a blank page, you start with a skeleton of something. This is ethic? I don't know. I think this is something that can be easily traded for 25 euro, the cost of my app. This is just a little example. But when I think about artificial intelligence, things are a little different. You know, you see this product, the morning rant, and I have to admit, I do the subtitles transcription using Transcriber, which uses Whisper, the OpenAI open source model for text to speech. And then I use OpenAI ChatGPT to do the summarization and keywording. And then I use Adobe Firefly to create the poster image of this video for the YouTube channel. And then I cheat a lot, I know that, but I try to balance the time that I save with the quality. And I think this is something that everybody does in this dominion, but maybe in all the jobs. If you are paid to do something, you have to balance the cost that you face to do this something and the revenue. And you hope that the revenue are higher than the costs. And doing the morning rant this way, I save something like 30 minutes, and I have a more stylized image than searching through a stock image catalog. Is this cheating? Yes. The quality is the same. I don't know, maybe it's 80 to 90% of the quality that I can reach doing all the things myself. But in this way, I can save 30, 40 minutes. For what my life is now, 30 to 40 minutes are a lot of time that I can use for other things. Mainly stay with my son, with my wife, doing job as a video maker, because this is not an hobby. It's something that I do because I like, because it's something that I need to do in this very moment. I don't know how much the morning rant will be a regular show each Monday, but for now I try to keep the pace, producing content, to force myself talking in English and be more fluent, trying to learn every day something new. If I go to bed at night without having learned anything new, I think that I lost one day. And if you think that you have something like 30,000 days in your life, not so much. You have to carefully invest your time and your energy to create something new every day, and create something better every day, and create something every day, and be a better person. That's all for today. I reached the house of my parents. They will give me a little small breakfast before I go to work and finish my TV commercial for Greek market. That's all for today. And as always, I say in Italian, ciaone.